What's good, guys? Welcome back to another video where today we'll be going through the round of 16 Champions League matches. Only the first leg ones though, so let's get straight into it. By the way, we got a new cut as well. Tried a new hairstyle, slick back bun. Let me know what you think of the cut. Now let's get straight into Club Brugge versus Aston Villa. This game's gonna be pretty underrated, so let's get started with Club Brugge. They've been pretty decent this season, finishing 24th place in the league phase, which put them in a playoff spot. And in the playoffs, they matched up against Atalanta. Now they came out in that tie with a 5-2 win on aggregate as well, and Talbi was a player who really impressed me. I believe in the second leg he got 2 goals, so that's massive. And Club Brugge have truly played some great football in that overall tie or draw, whatever you want to call it. Now on to Villa. They've been pretty decent. Their campaign has been pretty impressive, finishing 8th in the league phase, which auto-qualified them for the round of 16. And in their last game in the Champions League, they played Celtic. Now that game ended 4-2, quite a high scoring one, but Villa now have Rashford and Asensio in their roster, so it's going to be a very good game. But in my opinion, I see Club Brugge winning 2-1. Moving on to Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. This game's probably one of the best games throughout the whole week. Now this game's going to be massive, so let's get started with Real Madrid. They have not been too bad, finished 11th place in the league phase, so that sent them to the playoffs, and they matched Man City for the 4th time in 5 years. That whole tie was nuts. Madrid won 6-3 on aggregate. Mbappe was tearing up Man City's defense to bits in that second leg, and honestly, I think Real Madrid are contenders to win it once again. Now on to Atletico Madrid. They have been quite alright. They're one of the top teams in the league phase, ended off in 5th place in the league phase, and that means they auto-qualified for the round of 16. Alvarez started his season quite slow, but he has gotten a lot better over time, and Atletico Madrid had the 3rd most goals in the league phase as well, so pretty impressive, as I see them more as a defensive team. Now definitely a team that is in some very good form as well, so my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Atletico Madrid, a upset. Now PSV versus Arsenal. This game should be interesting, so let's get started with PSV. They've been pretty good, to be fair, finished 14th place in the league phase, so that means they moved into the playoffs. They were put up against Juve, which is quite a tough one. They managed to win that tie 4-3 on aggregate, went into the second leg 2-1 down, and they won 3-1 at home. Unbelievable. I would say a very underrated team. They play some very clean football as well. Onto Arsenal. They have been pretty good in the Champions League, finishing 3rd in the league phase, and it's pretty solid, I would say. In their last game, they played Girona and won 2-1. But Arsenal are struggling massively to get goals, as we have Saka, Havertz, and Martinelli injured, and we have resorted to playing Merino at striker, who is a midfielder. Now this is going to be, I think, a pretty tough game for us, as PSV are a good side, so my prediction is going to be a 1-1 draw between the two. Moving on to Dortmund versus Lille. This game is going to be super good, so let's get started with Dortmund. They have been pretty good, finishing in 10th place in the league phase. They were runners up from last season. They went into the playoffs to face Sporting. Dortmund managed to win that game, or that overall draw, 3-0 on aggregate. They got 22 goals, which was the 2nd highest in the league phase. Now Guirassy up top, he is up there with the top goal scorers of the competition. I believe he's like 2nd, or he has 10 or 9 goals in the competition. Onto Lille. They've been pretty underrated. Their form has been good, in my opinion, throughout the whole campaign. Finished in 7th place, which put them straight through into the round of 16. And last game they played against Feyenoord, and my word, they slapped them up 6-1, playing some very nice and clean football as well. Jonathan David, by the way, up there with the top goal scorers as well. He has 8 goals in the whole competition so far. So my prediction It's going to be a 3-1 win for Lille. Moving on to Feyenoord versus Inter. This game's going to be pretty interesting, so let's get started with Feyenoord. They've been alright in this competition, finished 19th in the league phase, so that basically sent them into the playoffs, and they played AC Milan in the playoffs. Managed to win the first leg 1-0, but the second leg they were getting dominated until Theo got sent off, and that completely changed the game, and Feyenoord bagged the goal, and that sent them through 2-1 on aggregate. I mean, this game is going to be incredible. In my opinion, this team though, they play some pretty decent football, but they are facing a very good team defensively. On to Inter, they have been very good so far, finishing 4th in the league phase, only conceding 1 goal in 8 matches in that period. That's unbelievable. They went into the round of 16 automatically as they finished in 4th, and last game they played Monaco. What a game that was. Inter won that game 3-0. Obviously, in a lot of games throughout the campaign they did not score a lot of goals, but they only conceded 1 goal. This team's incredibly good defensively. Lautaro Martinez managed to get a hat-trick against Monaco, so he has been up there as the top striker in the league for years. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-0 win for Inter. Moving on to Bayern versus Leverkusen, we got the all-German matchup over here. I believe they played early on into the season as well, and I think they drew. So let's get started with Bayern. They have been pretty decent this season. They finished 12th in the league phase. Now, in my opinion, that's pretty below their standards. Should have finished higher, but that sent them to the playoffs against Celtic. Now Bayern managed to win 3-2 on aggregate. Davies scored a late winner in the second leg, and I'm still not too convinced with Kompany and his managing of the team, to be fair. Like, the team is not playing as well as I thought they would. Now on to Leverkusen, they have been incredibly good, finishing in 6th place in the league phase, and which means they auto-qualified for the round of 16, and they played some very clean and nice football, quite unique style of football as well. Wirtz has stood out to me incredibly good on the ball, gets involved in almost all the plays as well. So last game they played Sparta Praha and they won 2-0. So my prediction for this game is going to be a 3-1 win for Leverkusen. Moving on to Benfica versus Barca. I think this is going to be one of the most underrated games. So let's get started with Benfica. They have been a decent team. I believe they are a team with quite a bit of passion. Like, they finished 16th in the league phase, but did pretty decent with their results, put a lot of fight into the matches as well. But that last game in the playoffs against Monaco was unbelievable. That second leg ended 3-3 and Benfica won it 4-3 on aggregate. It was super tight and tense. Pavlidis has been scoring goals as of recent, and Kotsku was the man who secured the round of 16 for them with a goal against Monaco. Unbelievable game that was. Now on to Barca. They have been very good in this competition, managed to finish 2nd place in the league phase, scoring the most out of any team in the league phase, 28 goals. Last game they played Atalanta, it was a tight game, ended up being a 2-2 draw between the sides, and that front three of Yamal, Lewandowski and Rafinha is just a joy to watch. Honestly, the way they simply play off each other is incredible. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Barcelona. Now PSG versus Liverpool, this game is going to be absolutely monstrous. So let's get started with PSG. They have been pretty decent in this campaign, finished 15th place in the league phase, which means they went into the playoffs playing Brest. Let me tell you, they destroyed them 10-0 on aggregate. They won the second leg 7-0, which is insanity. The football they're playing is something else right now. Overall, a very good team. Dembele is on some insane form. They're scoring a lot of goals, like in their recent matches in Ligue 1 and Champions League. So this is going to be a tough one for Liverpool. So on to Liverpool. They've been very good this season. I consider them probably one of the best teams in the world at the moment, if not the best. And they finished in first place in the league phase, and they currently are 13 points clear in the Premier League. So they basically secured themselves the Premier League, and they also secured themselves a spot in the round of 16. And last game that they played was against PSV, which they lost 3-2. Pretty tight game. Salah's been on smoke though. He has 39 games played, 30 goals and 22 assists. That is out of this world. 52 goal contributions in 39 matches. This guy is simply different this season with his hair transplant, and just he's in overall very good shape right now. Now Van Dijk has been in some of his best form as well this season, so those two are absolutely huge for Liverpool. Now my prediction, it's gonna be a 3-2 win for Liverpool. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below all your predictions for these first leg games in the round of 16, and I will check them out. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.